is this one. The new area sound effect for Bloodborne. Um, that's the one I think I'd like to use. This is badass. I need to save this for sure. Ah, look, this person's fucking picking up on it, dude. There's always somebody saying some good stuff, dude. I can't believe that people are still commenting on this video. That shit's so crazy to me, dude. We're almost at 200K, dude. Frank, when did you say, if you can still hear me, when did you say 200K? Snowfall. It's definitely coming together, dude. I remember you said 200K at some point. I just can't remember what you said exactly. You called something out. Also, where's Calionos? He should be here by now. Okay. I think that the first chapter sounds good. I think the first chapter sounds good. Lore's on first, McFly. At first, the truth... I'm going to say the truths of the Land of Shadow are incredibly elusive. Crawdaddy, dude, what's up, my G? Yo, I was lurking hard at your place. Was it today? Or yesterday, dude? My scale of time's all fucked up. But whatever it was, I was lurking hard as fuck. I was having a great time. At first, it was yesterday. Okay, cool. At first, the truths of the Land of Shadow are incredibly elusive. There are ghastly gravestones, new enemies, and venerated horns at every turn. You got him, dude? I'm fucking proud of you, dude. Wickermen, giant wickermen, nameless mausoleums, and so much more assault our senses until we finally give in and immerse ourselves in the land. My first crossing of the Graveside Plains felt very, very new. Every sight was completely novel. And then I want the screen to suck out to black and then phase in slowly with some kind of effect that looks like we're opening our eyes to the opening cutscene. Like, and then we see it, right? So it's our eyes are literally gonna open to the fucking truth of the matter, dude. Gonna open to the truth of the matter, dude. Oh, ho, 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 right? I'm starting to understand this game, Karen. I mean, the game Elden Ring too, but like, I want to make art. I want to make art, dude. I want to make art. But what if it wasn't? Okay, so it goes. Uh, my first crossing of the Gravesite Plains felt very, very new. Every sight was completely novel. But what if it wasn't? What if we'd seen the Land of Shadow before? What if the Land of Shadow was shown to us from the very beginning? In the opening cinematic of the base game, there's a clear picture of the Land of Shadow. A shot of coffins with a priest looking over the bodies of uncountably many tarnished. The priest is waving a thurible, an incense holder used by Catholic priests during different rites of worship. Dun dun dun! Exactly. How do we know this is a scene in the Land of Shadow? Because of the particular statue, the particular statue of Marika looming over the ritual reincarnation of the tarnished. The statue of Marika and the Land of Shadow are all markedly distinct from the statues of Marika and the Lands Between. In the Lands Between, Marika is always depicted in this particular pose, which, as you can see, is quite different than Marika's pose in the Land of Shadow. Yeah, good. Come on. The first of these statues that most players will find is in the Church of Consolation. Decapitated and guarded by a Black Knight, surrounded by seated soldiers of Messmer who are completely passive. Even engaging with the Black Knight will not convince them to attack you. The Church of Consolation goes hand in hand with the item description of the Black Knight set. The Black Knight armor description tells us that it's armor worn by Black Knights, servants of Messmer the Impaler. Though the engraving above the heart is a Shada tree design, it's etched in gold. A small consolation to those forced to wage a war without grace or honor. We can extrapolate. Yep. We can extrapolate from this item description that imagery of the Shada tree is not often bound up in gold. This is because gold stands at odds with shadow, and gold should not, literally cannot, actually represent shadow. It would be like trying to draw a dark room with a flashlight. That's a nice allegory. That's nice. I like that. I take this as a sign that these knights are bound to the land of shadow forever, but are still considered to be fighting for gold, for America, even if they, themselves, are no longer touched by grace. Notably, these soldiers did not desecrate America's image. There's only one statue of America in the land of shadow that hasn't been decapitated. The one of, how do I want to say this? The one of America holding an infant Messmer in his boss arena. Clearly, Messmer still venerates and defends his mother's will, but this is a topic for another video. Okay, this goes up here. I think I've ruined this, but whatever. We'll sort pictures out last. This is a fun one because it has less item descriptions, but like the imagery is so powerful. How do you feel about that line, Frank? Gold stands at odds with shadow, and gold should not, literally cannot, actually represent shadow in this world. It would be like trying to draw a dark room with a flashlight. I kind of want a shot of the Black Knight. I'm gonna make a save state at enter Elim Thorns. And then I'm gonna make this because we need to go here, and I don't want to go here over and over and over and over and over. So right like this. I like the flow so far. I like the flow so far. I think it's good. Can I land on this? Oh, no, I can't. So it prevents you from jumping after too long. Oh, this is the one with the freaking. Can you guys hear that when I? No, barely. Yeah. Also, we should have a close look at these hanging bodies. A tinge. Do you guys watch Chad Chad? A twinge of cringe. Who are these? Who are these people? Who are these people, and what are they doing in our swamp? Oh, these are horn scent being hung by Mesmer. Get this shot. This is a good shot. All right, 1 second. It's a nice shot. I like it. I like it. I like it. You were just a baby once. So these guys are the guys who capture the ash, and it's so cool the way they do that. But it's interesting that a lot of interesting little shit going on here, in there. I want to see the Black Knight, so we need to zoom here. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it? Some of these shots are getting good again. I'm feeling it, dude. Starting to feel it. So, Crawdaddio, what are you working on now? Now that you got Radon, what's your plan? Also, Karen, have you played any of these games? I can't remember. DS1, SL1, nice, dude. Just watch a lot. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so now I can just go up in numbers. Gold should not, literally cannot, actually represent shadow in this world. This imagery is akin to an attempt at drawing a dark room with a flashlight. As you trace the room, it loses its darkness. This is a great analogy. It loses its darkness. So too, when one traces the Shada tree with gold, it comes to represent light, the Erd tree. These black knights are Erd tree faithful. I take this as a sign that these knights are bound to the land of shadow forever, but are still considered to be fighting for gold, for America, even if they themselves are no longer capable of being touched by grace. I think that's the idea, right? Is that, like, because it's this right here, it's this this shot, right? This kind of like, it's this thing that we're supposed to be looking at here. That tree on him is the Shada tree. But it's in gold, right? It's not supposed to be ever. Okay, that's good. What's going on here? Come on. Notably, these soldiers clearly didn't. These soldiers did not desecrate America's image. There's only one statue of America in the land of shadow that hasn't been decapitated. The one of America holding an infant Mesmer in his boss arena. Clearly, Mesmer and his knights. Mesmer and his army still venerate and defend his mother's will. But this is a topic for another video. D8. So they all feel abandoned by her, because they were sent, to do her dirty work basically, and then she stops she abandons them. She doesn't come back for them. Yeah. So everybody in a bunch of different places are speculating so there's knights and army men around all or a lot of the statues, and so people think that they might have gotten knocked over. But I think it's pretty clear because of where the one that isn't decapitated is, including Mesmer. Yeah. The Church of Consolation is also where many of us find our first Shada tree fragment. Shada tree fragment item description reads: a splinter of the Shada tree that contains golden brilliance, acquired at the Church of America and other places in the realm of shadow. It's said that when the Shada tree crumbles from its core, that it will scatter across the entire realm of shadow. The people of the Erd tree collect the splinters and use them in prayer. Yeah, including Mesmer. Yeah. Notably, the fragments of the Shada tree are not venerated by the people of the Land of Shadow. The Hornsent do not use the splinters in prayer. The people of the Erd tree do. Did I get that right? Yeah. Why would the people of the Erd tree collect splinters of the Shada tree and use them in prayer? Especially if shadow is meant to stand in opposition to gold. Clearly, they don't find the Shada tree sacred in itself. They are venerating the crumbling of the Shada tree at its core, and what that crumbling represents. The breaking and battering of the Land of Shadow in a very fundamental way. Okay, this has to change. How do I want to say this? For all of the secrets that are locked away behind nuance and investigation. Yeah, for all the secrets that are locked away behind nuance and investigation. What we do know is that the Shada tree stands tall over the Land of Shadow, dumping its resin near its base, spawning the Shada tree avatars. And we know that the Shada tree was not always gnarled in its currently twisted form. Given the incredibly old reliefs we find of it in a prehistoric, perfect spiral throughout inner limb. The spiral shape will become burned into your brain by the end of this video. I think we can get rid of that. A picture has begun to emerge of the Land of Shadow, and more specifically, the Shada tree. The cultures which currently inhabit the Land of Shadow do not venerate the Shada tree, but some cultures did at some point. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. This is not speculation. Before America's people, the shaman, founded Shaman Village. Before the Hornsent were blessed with horns by their being in the vicinity, close proximity to... Before the Hornsent were blessed with horns by their close proximity to the Crucible, and before the Shada tree was wounded, filling its sap at its base, bent at the middle. Before the Shada tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at its base, there was an ancient, technologically advanced culture which saw the Shada tree for what it really was. The great tree whose roots reached across the land and whose spiral shape reached up to the sky. The great tree. The tree that the Shada tree once was. Of course, Smurfles. The tree that the Shada tree once was inspired the indigenous inhabitants of this land to construct Enter Olim, a spiral city reaching up towards the gods. And then, at the top, they would build a gate, the Gate of Divinity, in order to traverse the barrier between the land of shadow and the land of the gods, the lands between. What you been doing, Smurfies? Nice, 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 nice. What are you off for? No, you can load it up, Karen. I love it. I can listen to Hollow Notes all day long. I sing to my son a bunch of Hollow Note songs, but the one I was singing today that was stuck in my head was "You're a rich Wayne, and you're Wayne too hard, 'cause you know you're just a little tiny Wayne. You can survive on your mommy's money." You can always use the link, crawdad, but yeah, sometimes it's a fucking asshole. You can survive on your sweet Wayne's money. You're a sweet Wayne. I just fucking put his name and everything. Okay, this is not speculation. Um, oh, that's awesome, Smurf. Be what it do, dude. Be what it do. You like that, Falcon? This is not speculation. Before America's people, the shaman founded Shaman Village. Before the horn scent were blessed with horns in their close proximity to the crucible. And before the Shada tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at the base. Before the Shada tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at its base, there was an ancient, technologically advanced culture which saw the Shada tree for what it really was, the great tree whose roots reached across the land and whose spiral shape reached up to the sky. The great tree, the tree that the Shada tree once was, inspired the indigenous inhabitants of this land to construct Ener Elim, a spiral city reaching up towards the gods. And then, at the top, they would build a gate, the Gate of Divinity, in order to traverse the barrier between the land of shadow and the lands between. Tiny Wayne, I'll try and get him to sing one. Oh. Here she comes. All right, we need a quick, I think I have some. Not resin. Yeah, I know. It blew your mind? Yeah, dude, for real. 8 days. Today is day 5 on this one, including editing and things like that. So I'm hoping that I've got about probably 3 hours left in me tonight, and I'm gonna try and finish this, and then I'll record it. Von Wick, what's up, dude? I didn't see you up there. I don't know how I didn't see you. Um, I'm hoping that I can finish this writing tonight, and then pick up what you call it, and record tomorrow after I finish grading. Yeah, it's definitely not easy. But the way I figure it is like, even if if I only make $10 on that video, it took me 8 days, right? So we're just over $1 a day. I learned so much, dude. I beat the DLC in uh like 22 hours IGT. It was 31 hours IGT, including base game, but base game is only like 3 hours because I did the hitless strat plus Moog, so I guess 3.5 hours. So like 25, 26. But my wife gave me the weekend of the DLC off to so no baby duty, no nothing, and I just ate, slept, and breathed. Basically, that's all I did. And I just slammed it that first weekend, and then immediately fucking went and just slamma jammed it, dude. 8 hours every 24 hours, dude. I bullied the fuck out of Mesmer, dude. Made you regret your life choices. That's so fun. Coming to be yourself as an infant again. Oh hell yeah, dude. It's literally insane. It's literally insane. What's the word that I want to use? Eris. Dude, you already know everything's gonna go okay with your move. When do you? Okay, so this means that you absolutely got the job. I didn't hear that. Dude, if you so how long is your drive? 22 hours. When do you leave? When do you start? Tell me everything. It's gonna be totally fine. It's gonna be totally fine. Dude, your life is gonna change, man. You're on the quest for greatness now, dude. The whole world is different now, dude. 25th. Cool, 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 cool. Dude, it's scary to move and it's scary to change and it's scary to do all these things. Well, no, but 3-year contract is basically the same thing. If you decide you like it and things like that. You are gonna absolutely fucking demolish it, dude. And you have all of us. Not that it means really anything, although I think it does. You have all of us. Rooting for you, and we all have your back. You could call any of us at a moment's notice, and we would answer. And you're a linchpin of the community, Eris, and you're gonna do it's gonna be I mean it's gonna be something so special, dude. It's gonna be something so great. And you can believe me, I'm YouTube famous, dude. I'm YouTube famous. I'm literally getting teared up just thinking about your greatness, to be honest. I look up to you greatly. In a way we all do. And it's fucking Soulsborne famous, dude. But no, I mean we do. We all look up to you. You have a way about you, and anywhere would be lucky to have you, of course. And so it's a good thing. It's 2024, so like you want to be anywhere, you just fucking get on a plane and get there. What I mean? But no, I mean it's gonna be awesome, and you know already that you fit in, and you know the vibe, and you know that everybody's like looking forward to it. And there's always uphill battles, and there's always kind of bullshit, and there's always politics and stuff. Um, but just don't complain about that to anybody there. Complain about it to us in DMs. Also, we gotta add Frank to that DM. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good, dude. There's literally like there's nothing bad that could happen. There's only good stuff. Only good can come of it. Twooly. Twooly, twooly. Dude, they ran out of my favorite root beers, and they exchanged it for these. And they're called Teddies. The first one that I had, I didn't love it. This is the third one of 4 that I have, and now I'm starting to enjoy it, dude. Dude, I was always blown away by the amount of shit that you had. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of shit. I really like IBC lately, which is kind of basic, but I like a lot of craft root beers and shit, but IBC hits all the time. And like, so here's something that so when somebody asks me what's my favorite coffee, I like Starbucks cold brew. Now, is that actually my favorite coffee in terms of what I think is the most delicious coffee? No, not even close, right? But can I count on it to be exactly the same every time to like rub the kind of autistic bit of my brain that I don't need to worry about it being different when I'm focusing on other things changing around me? Yeah, I can, and that's why I like it. You know what I mean? So like IBC. But dude, yeah, man, you got a lot of philosophical shit. Like I got so much fucking stuff, dude. If I ever had to move, I don't even know what I would do, dude. Tombstone, yeah. What did you thought I just fucking you thought I ran that shit off the top of the fucking dome, dude? Dude, man, it's hard, dude. It's hard, man. It's a lot of work, dude. I'm good, man. How are you? We crushing, dude. We out here. I'm just trying to I'm trying to make a good video, dude. I do write the script on stream. That's what it is. That's what it is. I like writing the script on stream. Like it's I could see myself doing this more and more and more. I mean, we've done a lot in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, no script, 80% lore vid glitchless, dude. Hell yeah. So real. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. Dude, so I basically Crawdaddio, I only like the only time that I have for myself that's not working, like writing my dissertation, working on my book, or grading and things like that, right? Or teaching, is on stream. And so I can trade um basically any amount of sleep that I want as long as I'm alert enough to, take care of my son on the 4 days of the week that I take care of him, or get the things done that I need to do, right? And so, like, I was talking to Frank earlier today. Like, I do have this sense that I'm like abandoning someone. Yeah, exactly. That I'm like abandoning my core audience or something who love watching us play games. Um, and I miss playing video. This is the first like 3 days in a row that I haven't played video games in like almost 2 years, dude. Um, and I miss playing video games, and I'm ready to get back into playing video games. But I got fucking 4 no-hit runs back to back to back to back. I like literally like it was like affecting my mental health like poorly. Where I was like, if I get hit in this game, I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And the DLC came out, and it was fun to do a little casual thing. Even though I don't love the DLC, I probably like it less than like most people, but I like the lore a lot. And so I feel like I'm not like putting on the show that I like am contracted or obligated to put on or something like that. That makes sense. You're a streamer, you kind of know maybe, or maybe you don't. Maybe I'm crazy. And I feel like I'm doing something different. I'm doing philosophy on stream right now, but I'm doing it through a kind of a different medium, right? And since I started doing this, my writing in terms of my book, my chapters in other books, my dissertation, my general overall well-being, my happiness, my kind of just like I've been like working out more and running more, and like because like when I have good ideas, I run them out, or I basketball them out or whatever. I've been cooking new interesting shit because I've like been feeling creative and stuff like that, and I'm just like, it's so weird to have this feeling of like I should be playing video games. I should be trying to no hit Dark Souls 3. I should be playing Eternal Noctum and stuff like that. But like, just having a fun time writing fucking scripts, dude. You know, just having a fun time writing fucking scripts. But you guys, yeah, it's fucking ace, dude. Yeah, there's like, there's not really any other way to feel about it, right? Like, I don't know. I like I like it. It's definitely weird to pivot a little bit. Obviously it's not forever, and we'll be back in the saddle in no time. We still got to do Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, and Demon Souls. Um, but it just feels like a really good use of my time, and it feels like something that will stand the test of time that I can point to and say, when I'm 50, I can look back at now. When I'm a 50-year-old no-hit runner. I can look back, 15 years from now and be like, and we can look at YouTube where we have, a couple of videos that hit 1 million views because we worked really fucking hard on them together as a community. And all of us can look back on these moments and think like, dude, I adjusted that sentence and I changed that grammar and this makes sense and like, wow, it turned out that this and stuff like that, and like that's how I think about music of mine from 15 to 20 years ago. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, like I can already, so I'm retailoring all my classes for fall right now. That's what I do every summer. And I can already feel the like pacing of how I want to get these ideas across and things like that. But I also feel that work coming back this way, right? And then of course I get the great fucking kind of privilege to chat with Frank all day about this stuff. Also, if anybody else wants to DM about any of this, we can you can always DM me about anything you want to talk about. But it's really this like, I don't know, just feels right. I'm just like, feels good. I don't know there's no other way to put it. I'm gonna do at least we're gonna write at least 3 more videos, each of which will do better than 200K views before the end of the year. We're gonna write more than that. I want to do 2 of these per month, and 3 shorts. We're gonna get faster at it and better at it. We have most of the ideas already. Now it's just a matter of like fucking hammering that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy, dude. And like, if you would have told me 6 months ago, Zeno, what's up, dude? If you'd have told me 6 months ago, like, oh yeah, you'll be writing scripts for lore vids, dude. Yeah, it's totally different, Frank, dude. It's totally different. I agree with both of those things, and like, the people on YouTube that I look up to, in the same way as like, dude, I learned so much from Aristotle when I first started doing philosophy streams, and I found Aris. I was like, this is how you do that. Like, it's one thing to be able to do philosophy; it's another thing to be able to stream philosophy. Same with Noger, right? And so it's like, and then I met Ivan, and I learned what not to. No, I'm just kidding. It's good though. It's good. Zeno, how's Elden Ring? I saw you pop up. What you doing? Went to bed pissed last night that Radon was still alive. Yeah. No, yeah, exactly, dude. Icons. Are you back? Are you back in the saddle? They keep bringing you in and bringing you in and bringing you in, huh? It'd be like that. Okay. A picture has begun to emerge of the land of shadow, and more specifically, the Shada tree. The cultures which currently inhabit the land of shadow do not venerate the Shada tree, but some cultures did at some point. This is not speculation. Before Marika's people, the shaman founded Shaman Village. Before the Hornsent were blessed with horns by their close proximity to the Crucible. Before the Shada tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at its base, there was an ancient, technologically advanced culture which saw the Shada tree for what it really was. The Great Tree, whose roots reached across the land and whose spiral shape reached up to the sky. The Great Tree, whose roots still reach into the catacombs in the lands between, soaking up the viscera of warriors, and leaving behind root resin in the lands between. And not resin in the land of shadow. Great tree. The Great Tree, whose roots still reach to the catacombs in the lands between, soaking up the viscera of warriors and leaving behind root resin and not resin. I'll just say root and not resin. I wonder. Yeah, dude, long-term goals are tough, dude. I wonder if I want to. Yeah, okay. So I want to say that the roots of the great tree were once linked to those of the Erd tree because the Erd tree is gone. That's why they're no longer right. Dude, my ITX PC fucking kicks ass, dude. So, what would your long-term goals, your next long-term goal be, Crawdaddy, and how can I help you sort that out? I'm all about it. If you need it, if you want it. And that's cool. Yeah, CJ's been in here a bunch, fucking talking about that shit. You back? Okay, this is what we'll say. This is not speculation. Before America's people, the shaman founded Shaman Village. Before the horn scent were blessed with horns by their close proximity to the crucible, and before the shada tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at the base, there was an ancient, technologically advanced culture which saw the shada tree for what it really was, the great tree. The great tree whose roots reached across the land and whose spiral shape reached up to the sky. The great tree whose roots still reach into the catacombs and the lands between, soaking up the viscera of warriors and leaving behind root and not resin. Root resin's item description states that its resin secreted from the roots of the great tree can also be found near trees on the surface. The roots of the great tree were once linked to those of the Erd tree, or so they say, and it's for this reason catacombs are built around great tree roots. I offer a novel reading of this item description. The roots of the great tree are no longer linked to those of the Erd tree because there's no longer an Erd tree, not because of the fading away of the great tree or shada tree. Hammering out the channel, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you like the events? Cool. Let me know if you want to do something. I'm down. And dude, my ITX PC money, I fucking love it, dude. I'm obsessed with it. I'm still setting up stream on it. Because I have to. My dumbass dude. I should have named my new PC my same drive name as my old PC. So now I have to re-input each thing in OBS. I have to relink everything, like where the stuff is, which is fine. It's not that big a deal, but it's just gonna take time, right? It makes me want to like reinstall Windows and go backwards, but like I'm not gonna do that. It's whatever. It is what it is. Um, but it's awesome, dude. It's fucking small. Like it's so cool looking. It feels so cool. It runs so quiet. It's so cold. Like my PC, dude, my PC just fucking billows heat, dude, billows, and this thing is cold as ice, Charlie Murphy. It's also super weird to have two PCs, dude. Yeah, I'm always down to fucking jam on something, dude. Have you played? You're playing Elden Ring on PC, right, Crawdaddy? In contrast, the knot resin item description tells us that it's a knot-shaped lump of resin that exuded from the roots of trees, found near tree roots everywhere in the realm of shadow. Serves as a primitive catalyst, making it suitable for processing using sorceries, incantation, and the like. What's the Spira? Please give port. I love Bloodborne and I love Bloodborne on my PS5. I don't give shit. But I do give shit and I would fucking just I would absolutely destroy. I would destroy it. Here's the spiral cast. This am I tripping? Didn't I get I swore I took a picture of oh yeah. The loading times on PS5 are fucking excellent. Light of Mikola. Didn't I take a screenshot of that spiral spell? Where I did. Dude, Demon Souls is so fun. I got a PS5 on the first round, like a dumbass. Totally by accident. Uh, oh yeah, it's sorcery, right? I have 610 save states for Elden Ring. A challenge wheel if something happens during a playthrough, like what? Yeah, dude. Well, cause like I have shitloads from like no hitting and all that kind of stuff, but now I have some for like all the different spots and all the different shots and all that kind of shit. It's just cool. It's fun. I think this is where that was sorcery cast as incantation. Yep, cinematography saves exactly. Cinema. I swear I was rocking Spyra and this. There it is. Oops. Shit. There it is. That's synth, dude. All right, Falcon. Did I go through and read every single item description after video? Oh, so with my first video, dude, like I was so excited to make that video immediately when I finished playing that round because it like came to me all at once. But I really did keep a lot of this shit just in my head while I was fucking around and finding out. And I'm feeling pretty good about most of it. I put a lot of the puzzle pieces together, but we've been fucking Frank and I have been like doing hardcore like philosophy with some of this shit, man. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, man. The hardest part for me, Crawdad, is that I can't spend a bunch of time on Reddit reading lore now, and I can't watch a bunch of lore videos like I would normally do because I don't want to be tainted in my own thoughts. Every once in a while, I'll be scrolling and I'll see something silly and I'll be like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then I'll like mull it, but I won't like read it carefully. So like Vati, he got in big trouble early in his career. Yeah, exactly. He got in big trouble in his career early because he was ripping people off on Reddit and not citing that he was getting stuff from them, and all kinds of things like that. And people were like, "Hey, like, this is my idea," and so he had to kind of come clean on it. And he made it out. He made it out, you know. But as an academic, it just seems like I don't know. I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy, dude. I don't want to be that guy. I just want to think it through and enjoy it. And so once I finish a video, then I watch the stuff on the stuff that I'm talking about, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are wrong about everything. And so I just kind of go back and forth like that. But it's I definitely miss watching lore all day. But on the other hand, there's not a lot of good lore out right now. It seems like so I'm like feeling good about being in the pocket, you know. Yeah, interesting, right? I love David Lynch. All right, what do you think about this, Frankles? Dude, so I need to watch Twin Peaks, which is insane, dude, to me, right? That I haven't watched all the way through. I intend to, though. And it's I'm looking forward to it bigly. Bum, 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 bum. I know, I know, I know, I know. And you're not the first person to gasp at me, dude. DS2 is the bad part. So I'm going to teach you how to love DS2, dude. I'm a DS2 enjoyer. I think that Dark Souls 3 is the worst of the trilogy. But that's just me. I know I'm alone on an island with this one. I know that. No, definitely not alone, but I mean, Dark Souls 1 is my favorite. I also like the Lynch Dune. Yeah, I said it, dude. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, 1 is it. People love the gameplay of 3. It pisses me the fuck off, dude. It pisses me off. All right, Frank. What do you think about this, Fwank? My son is obsessed with Fwank right now, so he wakes up and he's just like, "Hey, Fwank. Hi, Fwank. Hey, Fwank. Hi, Fwank." This is not speculation. Okay, a picture has begun to emerge of the Land of Shadow, and more specifically, the Shada Tree. The cultures which currently inhabit the Land of Shadow do not venerate the Shada Tree, but some cultures did at some point. This is not speculation. Before America's people, the shaman founded Shaman Village. Before the Hornsent were blessed with horns by their close proximity to the Crucible, and before the Shada Tree was wounded, bent at the middle, and spilling its sap at its base, there was an ancient, technologically advanced culture which saw the Shada Tree for what it really was. The Great Tree. The Great Tree whose roots reached across the land and whose spiral shape reached up to the sky. The Great Tree whose roots still reach into the catacombs in the lands between, soaking up the viscera of warriors and leaving behind root and not resin. Root resin's item description states that its resin secreted from the roots of the Great Tree can also be found near trees on the surface. The roots of the Great Tree were once linked to those of the Erd Tree, or so they say, and it's for this reason catacombs were built around Great Tree roots. I offer a novel reading of this item description here. The roots of the Great Tree are no longer linked to those of the Erd Tree because there's no longer an Erd Tree, not because of the fading away of the Great Tree or the Shada Tree. The Shada Tree, falling slowly away to a whisper, still stands. In contrast, the knot resin item description tells us that it's a knot-shaped lump of resin that exuded from the roots of trees, found near tree roots everywhere in the realm of shadow, serves as a primitive catalyst, making it suitable for processing using sorceries, incantations, and the like. I love this item description, and it helps to show the ways in which the Shada Tree is linked to a combination of intelligence and faith, but also for a mishandling of sorceries as incantations used on the basis of faith and vice versa. This is seen in spells such as the Spira Tower sorcery. The Spira sorcery's item description reads as follows: superior sorcery to the Tower Priests, wielded as an incantation of the Spiral. The Spiral is a normalized crucible current that, one day, will form a column that stretches to the gods. This item description uses key terms which help us to understand the crucible, such as normalized, a social term, meant to signal to us that these sorceries, wielded by current occupants as incantations, hinged on their faith in the crucible as the norm. This society is built upon faith in the crucible. This is just to say that it's normal to worship the crucible here. On the other hand, it cannot be understated that the culture who founded these sorceries would have wielded them as sorceries. This is to say that that Spira would have been cast as a matter of intelligence. Perhaps Spira and other superior sorceries of the tower play a role in the original building of and propping up of Inner Elim by its original inhabitants. I feel like I'm getting slightly better, dude. Page 9. No fwank wager, dude. I'm trying money to like cool. I'm trying to pull out things that I know. So like part of what I'm doing here in my so like I'm doing like my version of lore, right? Like nobody does lore like me, you know. Yeah, I know, dude. I really want to there are so many things that I came across. I was like, what the fuck? And so like any of those, I want to say something about. And part of it is to acknowledge like a what the fuck, so that when people are like, hey, yeah, what the fuck? I felt that way too, right? But then also to say like, and here's something that's at least frankly, my dear dude, exactly. You know, it's at least to acknowledge that it's like a fucking weird moment and a weird thing to say. Like, why is Spyra cast as an incantation when it's called a superior sorcery of the tower? And if it's a sorcery of the tower, shouldn't it be cast as a sorcery? Well, no, it's cast as an incantation. Why is that? Well, because the people who are currently casting it are doing it based on faith, right? That's what it means to be an incantation. So why would I need to cast something based on faith instead of based on intelligence? Well, because I'm not smart enough, or because I don't know enough. But I can have faith in the thing that is smart enough and does know enough and still channel the same thing, right? And so I'm just making the case that the people who are in the tower now, the Hornsent, aren't the original people that lived there. They couldn't have been. Anyways, we're about to get into that. It's just like that. It's basically that story exactly. It's that, like, exactly that. And it's a really interesting moment, right? Because we get all these things of the tower, but well, I'm going to show you every single humanoid in the tower, every single sculpture, every single relief of any humanoid doesn't have horns. What the fuck is up with that? Like, look at this. But I think about it daily. It's exactly like that, though. Like, look at this. I want the all cultures. Like Hellboy and try and fit in. Some of them do. They're called omens. So here we go. Here's a shot that contains all of the cultures at once. And so these down here are the great tree. Come on. These down here are the great tree. Oh, can you see this? Yeah, okay. These down here are the great tree. These are the Shada tree when it was in its full. They do not. They do not. So these are the Shada tree when it was in its full power as the great tree, and it has the perfect spiral all the way to heaven. These people were put in after the fact. They dug the wall out and moved it back and added these pillars. These pillars aren't spirals. They're the only pillars that aren't spirals, are the ones that this culture adds. This guy and this guy and this guy are these are the three main dudes of this thing, and these are the guys who go on to become the Nox, basically. These, however, these columns are built earlier than them. They're built by the people who made these reliefs, and we know that they made these reliefs because they're not missing the fourth wall. This culture carved out the walls around their statues. This culture doesn't, and I can show you what they look like. So here's another place where they co-opt the relief of the great tree. And there was reliefs here before, and they just carved them in and then put their statues in there. But before, it would have been flat-walled reliefs. And then here, here we go. These are the oldest cultures, these guys, and they are what's called, I think, repose or third personal reliefs, basically. They have the fourth wall still intact. These are the oldest bits. You can see the spiral here, even, around all of their accoutrements. But I also have the idea that they worship a snake god, and you can see it in some of their other stuff, and we're going to talk about that, hopefully, in this video. Rip Mug deserve better, dude? Yeah. So that's my big case, is that there's actually, these guys are first. Dude, it's fucking insane. I'm having a blast, though. You have a way to rip the models from the game? Dude, fuck yeah. I mean, I could buy it for you as part of payment for videos this month if you want, if you prefer. Or I guess I could just buy it for you with one of my cards. But somebody wants to buy McFly the DLC for the purposes of making a better video. But you can see here, these are all added. These structures are all added. This kind of stuff. But yeah, you can see it, right? I'm not going crazy. Like this is a special kind of relief that isn't this kind of relief. Right? This is the closest that we get to these guys doing something relief-like. And this was a blank panel, just a doorway, and they just made this and they copied it 6 times next to this. Nobody does that. These are the things that make me think that there's a snake around. But these, you can find these on all of the pillars, even near the mausoleums. And so whoever built these also built the nameless mausoleums. And they're nameless. They're nameless because they're so old that nobody knows their names. Literally, dude. Literally breaking the fourth wall. So here, like, here's the, I'll take you there. The thing about doing lore like this, and the thing about running around like this and kind of doing what I'm doing is I'm learning the fucking DLC, like, so tightly in and out. I know, like, so much about the major areas. Like, I know so many little tiny fucking details about things that, like, nobody has any business. It just doesn't matter, you know what I mean? But man, I love Elden Ring again, dude. I still think it's the best DLC weapon. So if we come here, these people are the people who made the reliefs. And they made these mausoleums. And these mausoleums kind of match. Oh, yeah, they're awesome, dude. These mausoleums kind of match some things that we see elsewhere, but you know, there's graves in here, right? This is an above ground grave. But see here, these reliefs right here, these are the same little spiral reliefs. And so whoever built Enter a Limb built this. And of course it's falling away and fading away. It was much taller before, right? Michael Zaki, yeah, exactly. Hidden Takas, dude. And so you can see the kind of flailed spirits in the trees. And so the people who built these, you can see there's like a tree in the third one, a kind of, it's hard to see what these reliefs are supposed to actually be, so I'm not even speculating about them. And then you've got these birds, right, which are like the things that point to the caverns, not in the DLC. And these are the nameless mausoleums. And these reliefs, and these here, are built by the same people who built Enter a Limb. The first people who built Enter a Limb. Not the people who came after and did the fourth wall breaking reliefs, right? So we know anywhere we see this symbol is the oldest version. Wait. Is there a middle? Is there the oldest one? These guys are a middle one? This is Vadi's Twitch, dude. What's up, Soul, dude? Dude, I was over, I was at Nasrallah's. And, he almost fell out of the cage, and I was like, oh, you didn't say Soul Slayer, and Kelp was like, oh, I said it for him, don't worry, and it was so funny, dude. Okay, this has to be a middle period. This has to be a middle period. So this and these guys, we got to go back to Enter a Limb. Yeah, he just finished DSR, so he's back to BB, or he's on BB now. Not this one. Okay, whoever built these ones, the golden swoops inside are different. These are the originals. You know what? We have to start in Bellurat. What'd you do today, Soul? Hey, I'm new here. Okay, so here we don't have any of that imagery. That's those swoops, but we do have the reliefs. Exactly. So we have the reliefs. Okay, so we do have this. This is still out here. This is the same building that the Nameless Mausoleum would have looked like, something like this. And when we pull this, does the spiral spin? It does not. Hell yeah, dude. Rolana's so fun to bully. Once you get her to where you can break her like Horalu consistently into phase 2, fucking fuck her shit up. Okay, so this is the way to the lion. So this is my favorite of the original reliefs. There's the dudes up there, and these dudes here on the door. Okay, no, I'm positive there's just two. I'm positive there's just two. Some of the reliefs have faded from being too far outside. Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's good. That's good. I'm not gonna push that. Yeah, good. The spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day, normalized crucible current, one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. Of course, dude. Oh my god. Of course it's this, dude. This is seen in spells such as Spira Tower Sorcery. The Spira Sorcery's item description reads as follows. Superior Sorcery of the Tower Priest, wielded as an incantation of the Spiral. The Spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. This item description uses key terms which help us to understand the crucible, such as normalized, a social term meant to signal to us that these sorceries, wielded by current occupants as incantations, hinged on their faith in the crucible as the norm. This society is built upon faith in the crucible. This is just to say that it's normal to worship the crucible here. I believe that normalized crucible current is just a sociological way of saying a society which understands That's good. That's good. That's good. On the other hand, do I need this? I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. On the other hand, it cannot be understated that the culture who founded these sorceries would have wielded them as sorceries. This is to say that Spira would have been cast as a matter of intelligence. Perhaps Spira and the other superior sorceries of I curse you, Baal, play a role in the building of and propping up of Ener by its original inhabitants. In the building of, and floating, in the building and floating of. If you look closely, though, okay, so wait, where's the last sap? If you look closely, there's more than simple sap making up these resins. These resins are sap mixed with the viscera of bodies found at the roots of their respective trees. In the lands between, Erd Tree Burial rebirths people again and again as themselves, as no one dies true or destined deaths. It's for sure, right? It for sure is. Like, here, have a look. Oops. Right? Or nah? I'm gonna try to turn the AC off, see if it gets hot. This is totally resin and viscera. Totally resin and viscera, right? This is like the blood that's all pooling. Because the trees of this world, the fantasy trees of this world, literally soak up bodies and then spit them back out. In the lands between with the Erd tree, it literally eats you up and then spits you back out exactly as yourself again. So it's not really a cycle. It's just stagnation. You just are born as yourself over and over and over and over and over, no matter how you die. In the land of shadow, though, which is sealed off, there's real deaths, right? There's real deaths. And so you can imagine that you would be, you die, and then a jar eats you and carries you to the catacombs and dumps you, or takes you to a minor Erd tree, right, later on and dumps you. Karma Direct, yeah. It's like Karma if it was a Costco card, right, or something. Karma's on. And so you imagine your whole body's worth of viscera, right? So like, I'm 5'11", 175 pounds. And imagine that 5'11", 175-pound me gets dumped at the tree, and the tree eats me up and separates my soul from my body and takes my soul through the tree, cleanses it, and does all the absolution stuff at the top, sends me back through the roots as a child, right? The amount of fleshy stuff, this stuff, the resiny stuff that would be needed to create me as a baby would be so little in comparison to how much I put in, that the tree could use the nutrients of the body that was left over. Yeah, you get reborn, yeah. And you just live your life again. Over and over and over and over and over. It's unclear whether people remember their lives and things like that. I don't know. But people are born as infants. It's that's what I was just thinking, Karen. It's totally unclear. It seems like the demigods and the people at the top do, but it's really unclear whether the people at the bottom do. And if they do, sucks, and if they don't, sucks, because there's no stepwise motion in this society, right? You whatever you are, that's what you are, right? In terms of social class. So it's the Soylent Green of Elden Ring. Yeah, everything is the Soylent Green of Elden Ring. Elden Ring is just about trees that eat people. That's just like what it's about. Pretty cool though. I think we're onto something here. So, this is what's really unclear, right? So, the demigods are definitely, quote unquote, the daughters too and sons too, and these things. What that means, I don't know. There's no like uh straightforward anything, right? There's no straightforward anything where anybody talks about like this or that, right? There just isn't. I don't know. I don't know. That's true. But she was guided by the two fingers as an Empyrean to godhood. She only had to listen and do that thing. So it's still really unclear as to like how we're supposed to understand this. So this is a kind of speculation. Yep. Yeah, something like that. I mean, the Greater Will always wanted the Erd Tree to get planted. That's why he sent Metir and the Elden Beast was to generate. So he sends Metir, the gleaming golden shining star, and she's the mother of fingers, and she births the two fingers, and somehow the two fingers which are birthed make it to the different divine towers and things. Um, and the two fingers have the language of light that are read by the finger readers, right? The kind of like wiggles, like so, like as the fingers wiggle, you can imagine like a piece of paper getting pulled over them. That's like what their language is, right? So they read it and then they interpret it, but the fingers can guide Empyreans directly. Regardless of the mechanics of Erd Tree burial and rebirth, there's a problematic biome condition for the Great Tree, though, for the Shada Tree, as the Erd Tree has co opted the root system for itself. Bypassing the Shada Tree's need for nourishment in favor of its own, sponging the bodies of the fallen, sapping their spirits, and slowly emaciating what was once a great and perfect tree. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. The great tree, the tree that the Shada tree once was, inspired the indigenous inhabitants of this land to construct Ener Elim, a spiral city reaching up towards the gods. And then, at the top, they would build a gate, the gate of divinity, in order to traverse the barrier between the land of shadow and the lands between. I argue here that the lands between should be seen more as the land of the gods than as another simple realm of humans. The lands between, after all, is the fantasy realm of this world. It contains actual gods. Actual gods, outer gods, dragons, sorceries of every type and kind, sprawling giants and titans whose skulls make up the literal geography in Caelid. In comparison, the Land of Shadow is actually quite tame and quite human. Hmm. What are the death birds called in Land of Shadow? Yeah, squishy. This is kind of what I'm seeing here. Good, dude. Fucking cranking on it. I'm seeing this is the lands between Asgard. This is where the Aesir are, and the Aesir are the demigods, all and all these folks. And then the middle land, which is we're supposed to think lands between when we hear middle land. This is actually the land of shadow. This is where death does what it's supposed to do. And then this is the roots of the great tree. And this, the rainbow bridge, is the kind of reaching and connecting to this and soaking up all of the nourishment and killing Midgard and squishing it, right? Squishing it literally. And it's like it's like in the shadow of this, right? Middle land in the shadow of Asgard. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? I think it makes sense actually. No worries, dude. I thought I was gonna make it longer, but I'm also kind of getting EP, dude. I want to get to the end of this chapter and see where I have to head, and then I wish Squilla was on. We'll find somewhere cool to go though. Feels so weird not gaming, not attracting people from gaming. Which was Crawdaddy? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Did double A on the Asgard? Oops. Just one A. There's a word, all right, Squishy. There's a word that I'm looking for, and it means like, oh, usurped. GG so. All right, so we're gonna need some shots of this tomorrow. That's cool. I'm so excited to get grading done, because then we're getting close to this stuff. We're getting so close. Mooby. Clear then. Okay, so let's see. I argue here that the lands between should be seen more as the land of the gods than as another simple realm of humanity. The lands between, after all, is the fantasy realm of this world. It contains actual gods, outer gods, dragons, sorceries of every type and kind, sprawling giants and titans whose skulls make up the literal geography of Caelid, and the list goes on. It's going good, dude. In comparison, the Land of Shadow is actually quite tame and quite human. I see the Land of Shadow as something akin to Midgard in Norse mythology, where the lands between are like Asgard, the realm of the Aesir. The Erd tree stands as Yggdrasil, usurping the middle trunk. The Shada tree, demoting its status as great, as it's no longer nourished by the natural cycles. It's clear, then, that in order to better understand the historical narrative of the Land of Shadow, which allows us to understand the lands between as the land of the gods, understand the historical narrative, better plot the historical narrative. What's up, Fury? Let's get the fucking lore. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Now we're cruising. What's up, Fury? I like the name. Fury Esquire is a great name. Where are the giants situated in Elden Ring? So there's two kinds of giants. There's the giants on the chair, the kind of celestial giants or whatever they're called. And then you also have the giant skulls in Caelid that are like where you pop up. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. These ones. Nice, 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 nice. Feel ya, feel ya, feel ya. They're on Giant Mountain. Yeah, they are. These guys. This is like the giant. This is the giant skull here. Yeah, so Jotunheim is the idea. Yeah. All right, Crawdad. See, these guys here are. Here, let's do like this. So first of all, we have this whole civilization built into the walls. That's totally unaccounted for. And it reminds me so much of Enter a Limb in ways. Not in all the ways, just in some ways. But what I wanted to show you is these guys. If we come out, if we zoom out, we can see their skeletons. Here's a big old skull. There's big old teeth down here. It's very similar to the ruins of Rao. Yeah, it's very similar. It's not exact, but it's very similar. Also, Fury, can I ask, without sounding like an asshole, did you make it here by watching our video on YouTube? Or did you stumble in for lore? Yeah, so these giants are tough, right? None of these are alive. There's not any anywhere. And you can see the root system kind of poking out and looking, right? Looking for stuff. But this is a cool little bridge. Some cool little symbols on it. The little flower symbols. Oh, apple tea. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. I'm just trying to keep track because I have a lore video that popped the fuck off recently, Fury. And so we're trying to keep track of it. The giant spread's smaller and smaller, yeah. But there's the cataclysmic event for sure, Frank, that wipes out some number of them. It was on America and the Jars. Ours was like we dropped it first. It was really in depth, and it took a long time. It was really cool. If you want to check it out, there you go. Yeah, thanks, Sol. So you can see here these guys participated in some kind of what's up, Natty Nat. I was just thinking about you a little bit ago. These guys had a kind of cataclysmic event. That giant has two eyes, yeah. There's not really anything we know about it, dude. Good man. The Natty, I can't remember if I've talked to you since we fucking made that first video. Now I'm gonna sound like an asshole for sure. Did you see that I fucking made a video that popped the fuck off, dude? I like don't know what to do with my hands, honestly. Oh hell yeah. All right, let's do a zoom out on this. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Dude, I've been having a blast, Nat. It's been nice taking a little break from fucking trying to get runs and shit, because this is fucking... That shit was wearing down on my mental, dude. Even though I was getting runs, it was still wearing down on my mental. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? So nice of Pugtato to go tell you guys. That's so sweet. Okay, so this is where we get. We go. It's clear then that in order to better plot the historical narrative of the Land of Shadow, which allows us to understand the lands between as the land of the gods, we need to take a close look at Enter a Limb, its architecture, its art, its flora and fauna, and of course, the many layers of the Gate of Divinity. Nobody go anywhere. I gotta pee super bad. I'll be back in 1 second. Natty, what's your next run, by the way? I feel like I knew, but I can't remember what it is. Yeah, boy, I feel that bigly. Okay, let's see if we can get to Anarim here. We need an Anarim walkthrough. Taking a break until after Wukong. When does Wukong drop? You're going back into Sekiro, dude. Oh God. Oh, I can't even imagine going back to Sekiro right here. August. Okay, yeah, I thought it was something like that. Okay, so we need an enter a limb walkthrough. So we're just gonna do a long one. We'll start here and just stroll on through. Yeah, Wukong, yeah. Wait, did I not kill? Oh, of course not. Okay, we're gonna do this free cam. That's the way. I hate how it spits me out this way every time. Was there a Wukong game before? There we go. All right, this is gonna take me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. What's up, fishy dude? What's going on? Why not so good? Also, dude, Nat, isn't it so cool, man? I'm like starting to develop a little bit of an eye for what I'm trying to do, and it's art, man. Freaking art, dude. Do these look like what are the things that you flip them and the sand goes up and down? Trying to convince yourself of something, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Tell me more. I'm intrigued. If you want to talk about it. Hourglass. Doesn't it look like an hourglass, or is it just me? Also, wait. Doesn't this look like a little guy going like the pog face? I can't unsee it now. Those little lips. Like, it's cool, man. It's so fun, dude. It's so fun. Yeah, pog, dude. Tiny bit like a giant, right? Yeah. Pop face art, dude. Yep. You know, it happens all the time, and the most important thing, fishy, is or the most important question I have to ask you is this. These totally look like hourglasses, by the way. The most important question I have to ask you is: have you talked to this woman, like a human being, and just told her, "Hey, I have feelings for you"? I feel like I didn't notice the flowers on this before, and now I'm seeing them like in spades. Well, I'm seeing them in flowers, I guess. I see. Well, I know you know this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Um, there's uh, there's no way to know. Um, there's no way to know unless you say something. And I highly recommend that you say something because you're a good dude, dude. You're a good dude, man. Uh, I like that one. 31. I think that's well enough. How old are you, Fishy? If you don't mind me asking. 18 turn 19. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, you got plenty of time, dude. Plenty of time. You know, That's what you're supposed to do when you're 18. All of us who were 18 at some point went through it. Everybody goes through it. It's just part of it. Truly just part of it. Some of us are just never. Yeah, that's true too. 17 to 19. That was basically me. Need one that looks upwards. Um, that's good. Tomorrow's my day off. I got a grade all day, Banksy, but I'm out here trying to be somebody, dude. You don't remember 13 to 16? Uh-oh. Also, one sec. I'll be right back, you guys. Baby woke up. Um, Anyone else want to have a go? What if you're everyone, literally one conscious being that bounces from one life to another after death, unless you lived as everything? Well, you would never live as everything, so you wouldn't be everyone, right? That'd be a convolution of terms. Everyone would be you, right? You wouldn't be everyone. Um, or you would have been everyone at some point, but you would never be anyone or everyone, right? Stoners have shit memory, dude. Much. I love the song so much. All of us remember the full sequence except you. Yep. True. 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 Fwank is white. Man, I feel my brain power diminishing. Okay, let's think about this. And then I think I'll call it here. Everyone else had banged your mom. This guy named Poop said he banged you. So we go from, it's clear then that in order to better the plot, or to better plot the historical narrative of the Land of Shadow, which allows us to understand the lands between as the Land of Gods, we need to take a close look at Ener Elim, its architecture, its art, its flora and fauna, and of course the many layers of the Gate of Divinity. That's right, Karen got it. Ener Elim is a place of wonder. Our first time through, well, my first time through, I was positive that the tower was built by, well, the people of the tower, the Hornsent, from Grandam to the Inquisitors to the Divine Beasts, the bird, the bird and the horned warriors, and the bird. I'll find a way to say this. They just seem to fit so nicely into the area, aesthetically and otherwise. But on closer inspection, this couldn't be further from how the city was built with the purposes of reaching. From how the city, which was built with the purposes of reaching heaven, came to be. Like we saw in the base game, Ener Elim experiences something of a Constantinian shift. There are at least 3 different dynasties that inhabit this city in the sky over the course of its existence. Firstly, we have the ancient civilization whose third personal repose rifts keep the fourth wall intact. We can see these reliefs on the outskirts of the architecture, on the door above the divine. Yeah. We also see them in different sections above doorways. But wait, let's look above that doorway more closely. There's a standalone statue that's been superimposed in front of the repose leaf. And then, once you see it, you see more and more and more and more of the standalone statues either in front of reliefs or as reliefs themselves, superimposed in much, much younger stone, likely removing the old reliefs and placing them in their place. At some point, a second dynasty moved in. You're hyper aware of every blink, dude. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make the case for the same layers of divinity, same layers of archaeology in the Gate of Divinity. Show that it's been used multiple times, that when Marika used it last, she closed the gate so no one could leave. Honestly, I think this is pretty good, dude. I think it's pretty good, dude. Like we saw in the base game, Ener Elim experiences something of a Constantinian shift. There's at least 3 different dynasties that inhabit the city in the sky over the course of its existence. Firstly, we have the ancient civilization whose third personal repose reliefs keep the fourth wall intact. We can see these reliefs on the outskirts of the architecture, on the door to the Divine Beast Dancing Lion's boss room, and elsewhere. We also see them in different sections above doorways. And then we rewind back to the above doorway shot. A closer inspection reveals that there's a standalone statue that's been superimposed in front of the reposed leaf in this doorway. Once you see one, you see more and more and more and more of the standalone statues, either in front of reliefs or as reliefs themselves, superimposed in much, much younger stone, likely removing the old reliefs and placing them in their place. Um, only, yeah, I want to say at least the first one did. The second one co-ops the first ones. But I think that the horn scent come to be at a time when the Shada tree is failing. I don't know. We have to talk about that tomorrow, Frank. You and I. Okay, I think this is enough. I think this is it for me. I think I'm sweepy. I think we should find somewhere to rate. No, wait, maybe. Let's go to let's go to it's just the Middle English pronunciation. I will watch it. I promise, Banksy. Can you send it to me on TikTok? Uh, let's go to I'm saying send it to me on we're gonna go to Murrah. I got super tired out of nowhere. We're gonna fucking crush this tomorrow. This thing is done. Now we have to focus on we can't forget to mention can't forget to mention the mausoleums being built by the same folks. That's why they're nameless. They're old as shit. Hi, big man. I'm coming to get you right now. Okay, bye. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.